It went down. It went down at the Love and Hip Hop Hollywood Reunion Part 1. Oh, 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 oh. Motherfuckers got dragged. Motherfuckers need a rag because they finna be bleeding if they get their hands on a bitch. Ah, 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 ah. Oh, ooh, ooh, ooh. My mixtape coming soon, y'all. Be prepared, be prepared. What's going on? I'm back with this review thing. Shiznig, shizdig thingy, your shiz nice, you feel nice. What's up, y'all? I am about to do my Love and Hip Hop Hollywood Season 2 Reunion Part 1 review. So let's jump right into it and let's get started in the craziness that happened tonight. The reunion started off with Ray, TT, Princess, Moniece, Nikki, Fizz, Brandy, and Hazel all on the couch together. They say how Omarion and April, like didn't come because Omarion, I guess around that time he just got off tour, so he didn't want to go to the reunion. So anyway, like they start off with Ray, with Ray and Princess's story. They show the flashbacks of all the drama that happened between them. Nina asks Princess, are they engaged? Since the last time we saw them, Ray was handing her a ring. And she says, yes, they are engaged. Nina asks them about the New Orleans trip, and like they kind of explain the full story, I guess it was like Princess sent Ray out to get some soul food for her and got distracted by strippers, so he lost his way and to the hotel room, something like that or whatever. Nina starts saying, how Ray is known for leaking, how he is allegedly known for leaking stories to the tabloids. And she asks Teairra, she's like, you think that Ray is, known for, leaking his own stories? And Teairra was like, 100%. She's like, you have TMZ on speed dial. So anyway, they start talking about Teairra's and Princess's relationship. They show what happened between them. And Nina asks Teairra why she just didn't leave well enough alone. And Teairra says, because it all went left. No, she should have said what it really was. She should have said, I was mad and I was bitter and I wanted her to be hurt and, like how I was hurt. She should have kept it real. She asks Ray if he feels like he fueled the fire by having Teairra report back to him after he found out her and Princess were cool. He says how Teairra said that, she wanted to be in Ray's bed. She told him that he needed to kick Princess out and have him in. Nobody would know the true story. Nobody would know, but if you ask me what I personally think about that, I would probably have to say, I want to say like Ray might be lying. Cause I don't know, but then again, Teairra was kind of, childish and petty, so maybe she did want to be back with Ray. We'll never know. So, Nina brings up this clapback shit that they doing. They should have just called it what it is. A damn spoon to stir the shit pot. A fucking shit stir. She asks, she says how Moniece had, like a few words to say on the moment when Princess and Teairra were getting into it or whatever. And so they show the clip of Moniece speaking on, like the things Princess was saying about Teairra during the argument. And, she says how, how Ray didn't even claim Princess, so how can she say Ray didn't claim Teairra, how Ray kept her in the house all them years, this, that, and the third, whatever like that. In my opinion, that, like, they shouldn't show that. Because that, I mean, it's enough drama as it is. They don't need to give y'all more fuel to add. Like, to me, that's just so messy and so just drama-filled. But, like, Mona is trying to get them ratings up. Mona is. But anyway, so she asks Princess, does she, have something to say? Or, like, does she want to clap back to what Moniece said? And Princess says how, like, Moniece has consistently been speaking you know, like about her, like in interviews and stuff like that for the past 2 years, and she doesn't even know her. And like Moniece says how she was so upset during the little argument that Princess and Teairra had, because Princess said some like things that triggered her. She said, I don't know what Princess could have said that really triggered her, because Princess really just talked about Teairra's weight, and Moniece is skinny as a twig, so that couldn't have been, you know, a trigger. That was just Moniece just being Moniece, you know. So Princess goes to say, you know, you don't even have a roof over your head, and Moniece, like, she kind of like tensed up, like she was like, and so like you could tell that like she was about to go from like 0 to 10, but she got up and she collected herself and she walked out, and she knew Princess would have gave her the business, because Princess don't play. So so yeah, she walks off, and I guess Ray thought that like when how like once Moniece got up, she was gonna like I guess try to attack Princess. So Ray rose up, like, you know, like what you want to do, but Moniece was just walking. She wasn't even trying to do that or whatever, you know. So Ray sits down, and then I think he gets back up, and he's like Moniece likes to pick on people who she feels as though she could pick on, but when it's somebody that she can't pick on, she doesn't do anything. And it's the truth. Moniece likes to pick on people, for one, when they're already in an altercation, and, you know, she likes to pick on people who she feels as though, oh, you know, you're not going to do anything, so I'm going to say or do whatever I want to do to you because I feel like I can. And that's how she is. And I really don't, I don't dislike Moniece, but I don't like her. You know, she's not one of my favorites. She's not somebody who I, you know, like get excited to see on the show. No. So yeah, like Ray says that, and Rich comes out of the woodworks, talk about some, what did he say? He started talking and stuff, and he's like, what we're not gonna do is condone bitch shit. He says that to Ray for talking about Moniece. He says as long as she's with Richie D, she gonna have a roof over her head. And in my head, I'm like, but she's not with you, so what now? You know. So yeah. So I was just like, Rich, shut up, like, shut up. You know. So, but what I thought was funny to me, y'all might not thought this was funny, but like, you know, once Rich said like what he had to say or whatever, everybody was like, but she has a house though. She does have a house. I was like, damn, like y'all really gotta like clarify that she has a house? I guess it was like rumors going around about her not having a house or something. Anyway, so we get back, and it's Marla and Moniece. They are back on, well, Moniece is back on the stage, and Marla has joined her, and everyone else is on the couch. They start talking about Rich and Moniece's relationship. Nina asks Rich what about Moniece made him change his ways, and he says how they just instantly clicked. No, let's be real. Cause see, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna say what they don't say. I'm gonna tell the truth. I'm gonna stop sugarcoating what these motherfuckers say. Rich should have just said she had a pussy, she was pretty, that's why I fuck with her. I didn't expect it to be this damn long and this fucking lengthy. Let's be honest. And then they break up their demise as a relationship. Moniece clarifies that the conversation that she had with Drew, it wasn't about her trying to get back with Drew. It was about her trying to get closure with Drew. And that I completely and 110% understood. In my last review, I wasn't feeling it. I was like, no, she was trying to fuck with with Drew again. But rewatching it again and hearing what she said and hearing how emotional she got, I can see what she was doing. She just went about it the wrong way. She said, yeah, so like she started getting really emotional. Rich says how he was very aware of the conversation. You know, he just didn't like it or something. She asks Moniece to clear up her and Rich's relationship, because at this point we don't know where they stand. You know, so like Moniece explains that when, you know, Rich threw the ring at her or whatever, and like he said he was done with her, they went back to each other and started trying to build back on their relationship. But when she heard Rich say that they weren't together, it was a lot. She said like something about rocks or something. She was on, like, they were on the rocks or whatever. But like, to make a long story short, she just pretty much said that she thought that her and Rich were building back to what they had, but if you asked him, that wasn't true, and she didn't know that. And I felt bad for her when she was saying that, because Moniece really is looking for love, and she really loved this man. So to hear him say, "Oh, we're not together," you know, "Oh, we're not building on nothing," or, you know, that has to hurt, you know. So I sympathize with her there. Oh, Nikki says how Rich emailed Fizz saying how he was looking for a way out with Moniece. And Fizz confirms this. You know, like Fizz says how he was emailing Rich or whatever, and Rich was like, "Oh, well, maybe I can use this situation that she had with you to get me a way out of this relationship." Now, I don't know how you can interpret that, but the only way you can interpret that is the way it's supposed to be interpreted. If you're trying to get out of something, or no. If you're trying to look for a way out of something, 9 times out of 10, you don't want to be in that situation no more. Yeah, so like Ray, he goes to ask Nikki, he's like, "Why you snitch on the homie?" And Nikki's like, "Because, you know, yeah, I guess she felt obligated to help Fizz, help out Moniece, you know, and let her know the truth." And I mean, I'm not gonna say that, you know, like Nikki did it for the right intentions. I think she was really trying to redeem herself from, you know, telling Rich about what happened between Moniece and Drew. But I do, you know, like the fact that she said the truth. Because Fizz, like, if Moniece would have, if Nikki would have never said Rich was looking for a way out, Fizz would have never brought up that email. You know, and I had a feeling that Rich was looking for a way out, because I was like, he got a little bit too upset over this. Because if you ask me, a real nigga would have went to his girl and said, "Look, X, Y, and Z, this was somebody told me. What's up with that?" Rich completely didn't even give her a chance to talk. Rich literally, it's kind of like, it's kind of like when a person is just looking for that one thing to, like, find out, so that way they can blow up and they can, like, have an excuse to leave or act a damn fool. That's what it was. Rich was looking for a way out of that relationship. He was looking for a way out, and when he got a little bit of something, he ran to the hills with it. And that's why Rich has not gotten back with Moniece, because he never wanted to be with Moniece like that. And can't nobody argue me down on this. Nobody. That's the truth. So, Moniece asks Rich, are they still together? Because she's confused, you know. So, like, at this point, Moniece is even confused. She's like, "So what are we?" Because Rich is saying he loves me. Rich is saying, you know, all this stuff. What are we? And Rich goes to say, "Do I love her? Yes. Am I going to say we back together? No, we're not." And that was the end. That was the end. That's why I say Rich never wanted to be with that girl like that. Rich is a dog ass nigga, and when you try to give a dog ass nigga a bone, they only gon', you know, like, feed on that bone until it's all gone, and then they gonna go and looking for another bone and another bone and another bone. They're always trying to get bones, and that's why Rich calls himself Creep Squad or whatever. Shit lame as fuck. You fucking 50 years old. Like, grow up, nigga. Grow up. Next, we get back and we see Miles and Milan and Amber. They're on stage, and it is time for their love triangle to be shown. Nina asks Miles when he, you know, first saw Milan, was he instantly attracted to him. He says, yes, he was. She asks Amber, was she ever concerned about Miles and Milan's friendship before, you know, like, he came out to her? Amber says, no, I was not. Amber mother had a lot of trust in Miles. A lot of trust. Because if people always told you, I think Miles is gay, I think Miles is gay, and he has a gay friend and he spent a lot of time with him, yeah, they're both in the, you know, like they're both in the industry or rap industry or game as they call it. But still, he was spending a lot of time with Milan, a little bit too much. So yeah. But anyway, yeah, their little story is shown. And like once the flashbacks are done, then we see Amber's sister is with like is now sitting with her, and so is Miles' sister. She's sitting with him. She asks Amber, how did it feel, you know, like rewatching the whole therapy session or whatever. And you know, I'm not gonna lie, it was hard for me to watch because I'm like, dang, like they really gonna show everything. And you know, like when I was watching it, I was kind of upset because I was like, VH1 shouldn't have, you know, showed all of that. You know, like they didn't have to show him coming out to his sisters. You know, yeah, we already saw it on the show, so we know what happened. You know, but like to make somebody sit down and watch an emotional moment like that, that was just too much for me. That was really just too much. Amber says how, you know, she wasn't upset because Miles was gay. She was upset because he lied to her. But she keeps saying this, and my thing is like, you can't lie to somebody if they never asked you about the truth. You know what I mean? Like, if Amber never asked Miles, "Are you gay?" and he said no, and she said, "Are you sure?" and he said, "Yeah." That's lying. Lying is not just somebody not telling you. That's just somebody not telling you. You know, there's a difference. Miles never lied to her. You know, now, okay, I'm like, now he probably did lie about him and Milan's friendship or relationship. He did. But as far as him and his sexuality, he never lied to her. As far as we know, she's never once said that she, you know, blatantly asked him, "What are you? Are you gay?" This, that, and the third. She just says how he lied to her. And that's not a lie. You never asked, he never told. It's like a don't ask, don't tell type thing. You know, and I'm not saying, you know, I condone, you know, oh, don't ask, don't tell, but I'm saying, and like, that's not lying. That's just you not asking and I'm not telling. And Nina asks Miles, they didn't understand why coming out was, you know, no, she asks Milan, does he understand why coming out was so difficult for Miles? And he says, yes. He says, because of how the gay culture is, you know, presented, you know, like, you know, gay people are bashed. Their culture is bashed. They aren't respected. Well, it's starting to get better, you know, but still, it's, you know, like especially like in black families or like in the black culture or whatever, gay people are taught, you know, at a young age, you teach your child being gay is wrong. You teach your child, you know, it's not right for two boys to be together. It's not right for two girls to be together. It's not right, you know, for like none of that, you know. So, you know, like Milan was preaching, you know, he was preaching. He was like, you know, people can't help how they're born. And it's a shame that, you know, ever since the beginning of time, they've been condemned because of how they were born. Amber's sister says how, you know, they do still love Miles. Because Nina, she asks Angel, who is Amber's sister, she's like, you know, like, do your family still accept Miles? You know, even though he came out, she says, yes, 110%. She said, you going through a rough patch, we still gonna love you at the end. And that's what's so good about these people, is that they are actually like a family, you know. Not by blood, but they have a bond that is just unbreakable. She asks Miles if he would have done it differently. Would he have? What would have he? And Miles says there is no, you know, different or alternative way to do something like this. You know, it is what it is. You do it how you do it. So next, we get to Brandy and Max. Lord, crazy and crazier. She asks Max, does he Nina asks Max, does he regret not wearing his ring? He says yes. You know, like he just did it to piss Brandy off because she was pissing him off about the ring. She asks Shonda, like, and Willie, you know, like, since they're married, you know, like, how do they feel about the ring situation? And they, you know, are like, we don't wear our rings all the time, too, you know, so, you know, so it's kind of like to each his own, you know. Certain people feel like rings are important, certain people feel like they're not. You know, but to me, rings are very symbolic. And, you know, like a ring lets a motherfucker know it. Yeah, I'm married. You ain't getting no nothing out of me except a high and a bye. Yeah. We get, yeah, so we get back and we get to Fizz's appetizers and main courses. Um, Nina asks Fizz, is it disrespectful to refer as women as appetizers? And he says how he didn't mean it like that, you know. He was just saying how, you know, he's a rapper and how he uses analogies. But that was a wrong analogy. Let's be honest, Fizz. You calling these girls appetizers and main courses and dishes. They're not food. You know, they're real women. But I'm sure he be eating them up like that. Too much. But yeah, he apologized to Kamaya for that. And Fizz says, you know, how he knows his sex was good. Kamaya's like, I'm not going to speak on that. I'm not going to speak on that. So, we never get the truth. Nina asks Nikki, are her and Fizz, you know, like, together? She says, yes, they're still dating. She says how she confided in him about her brother dying. And she gets all emotional about that and stuff like that. And she has to leave. So, you know, she walks off the stage. We get back from that. Crap. We get back and 1 second. Yeah, so like we get back and we see everybody on the stage. We get to Fizz and Moniece's relationship or situation. Like flashbacks are shown, and I think Nina asks Marla, you know, what was she meaning when she was talking to Fizz? And Marla says how, you know, Moniece needed to prioritize her life for Cameron, you know, and how she needed like to put, you know, like her issues aside and deal and yeah, put her issues aside and make her life about her son now. While Marla is, well, like right after Marla says it's Brandy, Shonda, and Amber, you know, like they're all like, yeah, you know, as a mother, you have to make sacrifices. Nothing should come before your child. And, you know, but they say, you know, like we're just speaking in general at this moment, you know. I was like, Moniece starts speaking and she starts saying, you know, how when she had Cameron, her parents weren't gonna, you know, wake up in the middle of the night and feed him, or, you know, or her dream, or, you know, like, or like nobody else's parents weren't, or nobody else's dreams were going to be, you know, pushed to the side because of Cameron, you know. And from what I, you know, it's just like Moniece, she was just really just sounding really selfish, you know, because like for what it seems, I don't like they never really went into depth of their, you know, car situation, but from what I'm gathering from this, I think that like when Moniece had Cameron, it was really too much for her. She wasn't ready for a child, and she threw him on Fizz, and she went to go live her life, and she let Fizz do everything. You know what I mean? You know, and you can't judge somebody because of, you know, of their decisions they did with their child, because it's not their child. Every, you know, every woman has a different type of view on motherhood. Some of them are ready as soon as they find out they're pregnant. Some of them are not ready until the baby comes out. Some of them may not be ready until the baby is 18. Some of them may not ever be ready. You know what I mean? So it just all depends on, you know, like your situation when you got pregnant. And in Moniece's case, she wasn't ready to be a mother. So I think she threw it all on Fizz and expected him to just take all the responsibility. You know what I mean? Because, you know, like she said, her parents weren't going to get up and help her. She had her dreams to worry about. you know, but like while she's saying this, we can see Amber and Brandy and Shonda, you know, like they're over there, like in the audience, like, you know, that's not an excuse. That's, you know, you should never do that. A mother does this, a mother does that. And at this point, Moniece is getting aggravated. So she's like, why are you talking to me? Why are you talking to me? Why are you talking to me? And Shonda's like, who are you talking to? Who are you talking to? And then, like, they all get up or whatever, you know. Like, like I said, you can't judge nobody. Especially, that's just something that Brandy, Shonda, or nobody except maybe Fizz and Marla had the right to, not even Marla, but maybe Fizz a little bit, had the right to speak on the decisions that Moniece made as a mother when it came to her child. Nobody, you don't speak on nobody, you know, like decisions when it comes to how they dealt with their child. You don't, regardless if they threw their child in a trash can, treated them like shit. At the end of the day, that's their child. Nobody wants to hear, oh, you're a bad mother. Oh, you shouldn't have did this. Oh, you should have did that. You don't, because you don't know what people think, what people go through, and the mindset that people have. So they should have never, Brandy nor Shonda nor Amber, they should have never started all attacking Moniece at one time. Because just picture it. It's one person sitting there, and you can tell that Moniece feels terrible. You know, she's been called a horrible mother multiple times, even by her own mother. And to have the whole country watching this play out, you know, like she already had to sit here and, you know, like be condemned by people who's watching. But now she's being, you know, like ridiculed and judged by the people in the audience or the cast members. And she's just sitting there, and it's like she's all alone. Fizz did not say anything. Marla didn't say anything. Nobody was sticking up for her, so she was just all alone. So Rich didn't say anything. Nobody was there for her, so it was kind of like she was like, it was like Moniece against everybody on what she did with her child. You don't do that. And as much as I really don't care for Moniece, I would never want somebody to be in that situation. That's all I got to say. I'm going to stop preaching. But, yeah, that was the end of it. That was the end. It was pretty good. I'm going to go take a shower. Bye, you guys. Oh, before I go, fuck it. I was going to give you guys something about the Ratchet Club, but you guys will see when it happens.